Really crazy thing. Earlier, I went to go buy some Jamba Juice, and guess who I ran into? I ran into Dietrich. You guys know who he is. He's on YouTube. His name is The Dom Show. He was also part of ABDC. I had a little fanboy moment where I actually took a picture with him. It's on my Instagram, but besides that, I thought that was pretty cool. Yo, what's a really good future, all of my day ones? Thank you for tuning into this video. Man, so today's kind of like to answer a couple people's questions about travel nursing. I know that I haven't released any other videos. Promise myself to release at least one video a week. I'm just gonna do a really quick video about just what to expect when you are a travel nurse. A couple shout outs real quick. Number one shout out is to my homegirl. Her name is Aisha. For those who are wanting to go the CRNA route, she is a really good vlogger when it comes to that. She's a really good resource. I will link her channel somewhere here. Go check her out. Go subscribe to her. Tell her that I sent you. Another shout out would be Mary Grace, another traveler that I met recently. She wants to get like into YouTube eventually, hopefully. We'll see how that goes. Besides that, a couple questions I get asked frequently is number one, will I be getting my specialty assignments? Meaning to say, for example, you signed up for cardiovascular ICU, is my area of focus or my specialty. Your recruiter tells you this is where you're gonna practice. All right, let's go ahead and clear all that out. And I wanted to go ahead and clarify this because a lot of people do get confused when it comes to travel nursing, and I'm gonna tell you exactly what you need to expect. First thing you need to expect is the fact that you will not always be getting your assignments that you want. The only reason why I'm actually telling you this is because every hospital has a census, and wherever they need nurses, especially with higher specialty, they will float you to where they need you. The reason why they also have like these assessments with your skills is because they know that you could do certain things and they will place you where they need you. Like for example, if you've only been doing med-surg for 2 years but you do med-surg travel, they will never float you to an ICU. If you do like generalized ICU, sometimes they may or may not float you to a CCU. But usually when they do, they will give you the most stable patient or the craziest patient. I hope that kind of answers your questions when it comes to the assignments you'll expect. Another question that has been asked to me quite frequently is, where do I start with travel nursing? What do I do? How do I get into it? That's a really good question, okay? It took me a while to kind of understand this until I've actually met a travel nurse. She kind of pointed me in the right direction, and she pointed me toward basically a company that I've looked into before. I went with them because she overall had a good experience. I'm having an overall good experience with my recruiter. My recruiter it's actually 2 recruiters working on my profile, but they are nothing but exemplary when it comes to getting the things that I need, especially when I travel all over the place. So number one, get your experience, okay? And I cannot stress enough to try your best to get ICU experience prior to traveling as a nurse. And the only reason why I say this is because the risk factor is higher when you're traveling. As a traveler, you will be dealing with a whole bunch of EMRs, and you will be dealing with a whole bunch of like medical records that have a lot of different kinds of charting. And to say the least is that when you are charting on these charts, sometimes things can be missed, and sometimes you just don't know how they chart or how they want you to chart. It's a very good basis as an ICU nurse to know what you are charting, especially when it comes to the systems, and it is highly missed. I've seen it in my my previous shifts that there are some nurses who are not charting certain things. That is a high liability, especially when it comes to court. And if something were to happen to the patient and the family does sue, at least you know that if you did all your charting, you will be covered. This last question, I don't want to keep this video too long. This last question that was asked to me by a friend, should I get liability insurance? For me personally, I don't need it. And the only reason why I say I don't need it is because I'm gonna say I am a very proficient nurse at what I do. And what I mean by this is my charting is very meticulous. I stay on top of my hourly charting. I make sure that I chart absolutely everything I do. If something happens, I chart that sequence of events. You just have to be very meticulous in what you chart. Charting is very important, especially when everything hits the fan. And liability insurance, isn't there to cover you. Your charting was, and I cannot stress that enough. But besides that, I'm gonna ask you guys another favor. Smash the thumbs up because I do want to do another nurse vlog, but I need a little bit of motivation. It's not that I haven't been able to these past couple days, it's the fact that like I just been busy. And hopefully I could do one for you guys. So if this video gets 50 likes, I will do another nurse vlog. So yeah, I'll take you guys to work with me and show you guys around. Alright, y'all take care. I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.